Project Power is a 2020 American science fiction action film. 3. Directed by Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. Produced by Eric Newman and Bryan Unkeless. And written by Mattson Tomlin. It stars Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback, alongside Colson Baker, Rodrigo Santoro, Amy Landecker and Allen Maldonado, and follows a drug dealer, a police officer, and a former soldier who team up to stop the distribution of a pill that gives the user superpowers for 5 minutes. The film was released on August 14, 2020, by Netflix. It received mixed to positive reviews from critics, who praised the performances of the cast, action sequences and visuals but criticized the screenplay. In near-future New Orleans, a mysterious distributor offers a free supply of power, a pill that grants various superpowers for 5 minutes, to a group of drug dealers, including one named Newt. 6 weeks later, Newt's teenage cousin Robin, a dealer herself, is nearly robbed by customers seeking power. She is rescued by NOPD officer Frank Shaver, one of her regular buyers. Art, a man hunting for the distributor, Biggie, tracks down Newt, who dies after a struggle when he overdoses on power. Frank foils a bank robbery by a power-enhanced thief, but is suspended for using power himself. His captain reveals that government personnel are pressuring him to terminate any investigation into power, and gives Frank a picture of the man they suspect to be the source of the drug, Art. Using Newt's phone to find and abduct Robin, Art forces her to take him to the drug cartel safe house. He is shot while eliminating several of the cartel's men, and discovers that power users throughout New Orleans are being monitored as test subjects for the drug. Art bonds with Robin as they treat his wounds, and reveals that after leaving the military, he was recruited by Telios, a private defense contractor who experimented on him to create superpowers. His daughter Tracy, born after the experiments, exhibited powers without ever taking the drug, and was abducted by Wallace, a Telios operative. Art and Robin find Biggie hosting a private demonstration of Project Power for a potential buyer near the Superdome, where large groups of Saints fans are arriving for a home game. Biggie claims that power represents the next evolution of the human species, with the pill's powers derived from the abilities of animals, such as the chameleon or the Wolverine frog. Art interrogates Biggie at gunpoint and learns of a ship, the Genesis, but Frank intervenes, having tracked other users to the demonstration. Biggie takes a dose of power, forcing Art, Robin, and Frank to flee as Art kills Biggie in an explosion. Frank arrests Art and informs his captain, but Art explains that the power epidemic in New Orleans is mass testing to stabilize the drug, and that Tracy is the source of the drug's powers. Having convinced Frank that his captain is actually taking orders from Telios, Art purposely has himself captured by Telios and taken aboard the Genesis. Frank and Robin infiltrate the ship, and Art persuades a guard to free him. Frank and Art kill Wallace, while Robin finds Tracy and reunites her with her father. As the four attempt to flee, Robin is captured by Dr. Gardner, the head of Project Power, who demands Tracy in exchange for Robin's life. Art confronts Gardner, using power, which gives him the ability of a pistol shrimp to finally kill Gardner and her men. Despite this costing Art his life, Tracy ultimately resurrects him with her powers. They all escape the ship. Frank intends to expose Project Power to the press, while Art decides to move on. He gives Robin his truck and a bag full of money to cover her mother's medical needs, telling her to use the greatness inside of her. Art and Tracy depart, finally free. Meanwhile, Robin begins a new career as a rapper.